I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 17th, 2016. The French summit aimed at reviving peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians has been postponed. French President François Hollande said today that the international gathering would take place sometime later this summer, instead of the May 30th date that French Foreign Minister Jean-Marc Ayrault had mentioned on Sunday, after meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. As we have been reporting to you, Israel does not support the French initiative, as it is based on an international forum as opposed to direct talks between the parties to reach a peace agreement. Netanyahu has stated several times that the only way to advance a true peace between Israel and the Palestinians is, quote, by means of direct negotiations between us and them without preconditions, adding that any other attempt only makes peace more remote and gives the Palestinians an escape hatch to avoid confronting the root of the conflict. Hollande told Europe 1 Radio today that the change in date was due to U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry's unavailability on May the 30th. Meanwhile, hours after the French announcement, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi gave a live televised speech supporting the peace initiative and urging the two sides to follow the example of the peace deal between Israel and Egypt. El-Sisi said there is an Arab initiative, there is currently a French initiative, and there are American efforts. He said there was now a real opportunity for peace and that Egypt would do what it could to help that move along. The Egyptian leader said, if we are able to, all of us together, with effort and a real will and devotion, find a solution for this issue and find hope for the Palestinians and security for the Israelis, I am telling you, a new page will be written. And while Prime Minister Netanyahu does not support the French initiative, he praised the Egyptian leader's comments and said that Israel is ready to work with Arab states to advance peace. Netanyahu said, I welcome Egyptian President el-Sisi's remarks and his willingness to make every effort to advance a future of peace and security between us and the Palestinians and the peoples of the region. Netanyahu said Israel is ready to participate with Egypt and other Arab states in advancing both the diplomatic process and stability in the region. He said, I appreciate President el-Sisi's work and also draw encouragement from his leadership on this important issue. And political talks between Netanyahu and opposition leader Chaim Herzog are said to be continuing. A meeting was reported Sunday night aimed at forming a unity government. Israel's Channel 2 reported that after that meeting, significant gaps still remain between Netanyahu's coalition and the Herzog-led Labor Party. Some of those gaps are said to be over their disagreement regarding Israel's natural gas deal, as well as over a bill allowing the Knesset to suspend lawmakers. Haaretz reports also that Herzog is demanding that a member of his party be made either Justice Minister, Culture Minister, or Communications Minister. Efforts towards building a unity government in Israel come as Netanyahu's government holds only a very slight majority in the Knesset, 61 out of 120 seats, which means that if any coalition members leave, it would put the Prime Minister's majority in jeopardy. Palestine Media Watch shared a video this week as an example of the type of incitement and hate speech used against Israel. At a children's event of the Red Crescent last month, Palestinian Authority TV chose to include in their report a video of a young Palestinian girl at the event who accuses Israel of killing Muslim worshippers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Temple Mount.
مثل كل أطفال فلسطين ما بحب الاحتلال بخاف من اليهود لما يجي على بلادنا ويقتلوا المصلين بالأقصى ويقتلوا شعبنا ويسجنوا الأطفال الصغار أنا من حقي أعيش مثل كل أطفال العالم بسلام.
Palestine Media Watch, which is an Israeli research institute that studies Palestinian society by monitoring and analyzing the PA through its media and school books, released the video this week, noting that the girl's libelous statement is an extension of the libel used by the Palestinian Authority that Israel wants to destroy the mosque. something that has and continues to be used as motivation and incitement behind the recent wave of terror attacks against Israelis. Turning now to some entertainment news, American comedian Louis C.K., who is headed to Israel later this summer, has now added a second performance in Jerusalem after tickets to his first show quickly sold out last night. The popular comic will now do 2 shows on August the 18th in the city. C.K., who has Jewish roots on his father's side, told Jewish radio TV personality Howard Stern last month that he would be going to Israel to perform as part of a world tour the comedian is launching tonight in Baltimore. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, May the 17th. At 7 o'clock, David Makovsky of the Washington Institute of Near East Policy talks about reviving the peace process at the AIPAC National Policy Conference in Washington. At 8, professor at Hebrew Union College Stephen Cohen talks about hesitance over the two-state solution in a program from Limud 2016. And then Mark Golub talks about the same issue at 9. And at 10 o'clock, The Atlantic's Jeffrey Goldberg offers his analysis of the peace process from Temple Beth El in Stamford, Connecticut. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30 on Election 2016, Mark Golub is joined by Barbara Goldman Goldberg, who is co-founder and chair of the Women's Leadership Network of the National Jewish Democratic Council. She discusses Jewish reaction to Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 17th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.